Support for this podcast comes from Colology Med Spa. Feel and look your best with Colology Med Spa. Whether it's soothing wrinkles, shedding pounds, laser hair removal, or professional skincare, Colology Med Spa is your safe space for rejuvenation. Free consultations are always available. Just call 512-233-0252 or book online at calology-austin.com. That's KALology.com. And for a limited time, mention the LGBT Chamber podcast and get 50 units of Dysport Botox for just $199. Calology Med Spa, where everyone is welcome to glow. Welcome to the Austin LGBT Chamber podcast. I'm Tina Cannon, your host and CEO of the Chamber. On today's pod, we're going to talk about local business news. Some of the headlines we're going to cover: passenger rail in Central Texas, maybe policy changes that are impacting the Austin nightlife economy, and making Kyle, Texas cool. Is that a thing? We'll be back. Hello, everybody. How's the kicks there, kids?
Kicking.
Tired. My dogs are barking.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Yeah, the look and feel of the office today is a bit, I don't know. It's like whenever I'm on a highway and I pass that motel sign.
Oh.
It's called the Drury Inn.
Yes.
I'm like, who the freak named that hotel? But that's how I feel today. Very dreary.
There's usually a Denny's nearby.
Right?
I could go for some
Denny's.
Denny's.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What is wrong with me?
Moon's over Miami.
Y'all love it.
God, that would be good right now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're recovering, for those of you listening, from Ham Day.
Whoop, whoop.
We did the Pride in Local Music 5th Annual Music Festival. We featured half dozen LGBT artists at the 310 ACL stage, so that's why we're a little dreary in today.
It was fun, though.
It was fun. I was unbelievably blown back by some of the bands that were there.
Truly.
Me too.
Yeah.
Also, ow.
Headbanging.
Just everything. Yep. I can feel it everywhere.
Yeah.
But it was a great event. It was so good.
Yeah, it was fabulous.
It was the first time I had seen at least half of them perform.
Mm-hmm.
And I really enjoyed it. And I would go see them again.
I would. The hope is that, so we're going to take their information. I'll pass it around to some of the folks who are in the event booking space and see, because some of those really should be playing big time venues. Like that was,
100%.
some of them were really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good blend of kind of slow jams and head banging.
Sad girl
Everybody's
indie.
dead, everybody's dead, everybody's dead.
Yeah.
Kind of music. It was great.
Wow, that was really impressive. Yeah, it was a good mix, like folk and little country, little sad girl indie, and then some rock and roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you missed
it was
it,
fun.
Homo FOMO. I mean, if you missed it, you're out of luck. But join us hopefully next year if we do it again. It's always hard to think about next year or the day after because you're like, oh.
Yeah, like never. Like it's like when you have too much to drink, and you're like, I'm never drinking again. And then the next day you're like, yeah, whatever.
Happy
it's
hour.
a new day.
It's just happy hour.
Hair of the dog.
Yeah, it's a new day. It's fine.
Somehow we ended up at, I don't know, 1 a.m. singing karaoke together. So that was that was interesting.
As a team.
That was something.
I mean, if there are any pictures from last night,
Oh, pray.
they're gonna be like, we saw the chamber team on stage singing some Freddie Mercury. Oh, it was a good time.
I didn't remember the songs. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
You were good.
You picked it.
I picked it?
Yeah.
Yes.
No
you
way.
did.
You
did.
100%. And then you didn't even
I don't
want to
even know the
sing.
words to
I was
that
like
song.
shoving the microphone in your face,
I
like,
know.
sing.
I was like, I don't even know the words. I don't know why I picked it.
I know. Now you've seen me do karaoke.
It was good. It was good. We need to see it again with a little less libations. So.
Oh, well.
Yeah. It was fun, though. It was fun. You got up there. You did it. You owned it. All right. Let's take a look at some local news headlines. So, according to our friends at the Austin Monitor, the Travis County judge and San Antonio council members took a little train ride with the Deputy Secretary of Economic Development from Nuevo Leon, Mexico. The idea is to propose a train route that includes stops in Fort Worth and College Station. Travis County Judge Andy Brown and San Antonio officials want to see it extend to Austin as well, of course. Travel time between Houston and Dallas is projected to be as fast as 90 minutes, and Brown hopes the commute from Fort Worth to Austin could be the same. Officials in Monterey and Nuevo Leon have also expressed interest in the connections. There's some federal funding there, about $66 billion in the 2021 Infrastructure and Jobs Act, set aside especially for rail projects. But Texas, here's the catch, has to pony up about 20%. And that might be a problem, because in 2017, the legislature passed a law banning state funds from being used for, quote, high-speed rail operated by a private entity. It's just another way for the governor to just poo-poo all over progress. So the hope is that we can get something passed this session to make way for moving people and not just freight around Texas.
Oh, I love it. You know, this is something I'm passionate about.
Oh, yeah.
I have heard about this route, though, and I know they say Fort Worth to College Station, but I can't remember who told me this, but it was like the College Station stop wasn't actually in College Station. It was like closer to Shiner, so it didn't really make a ton of sense. But I'm here for a park and ride. Like, I feel like that's normal to be able, like, if you can go and park your stinking car to go on a cruise ship,
Gross.
you should be able to park for transportation, like legit transportation.
Yeah, or just take me from downtown to downtown. Right. If I could get from
100%.
Austin to San Antonio downtown or Austin to Houston downtown.
That would be amazing.
And no stops in between.
Yeah, because then that's the mass majority of things you're going to do.
It's the same as going to the airport.
Yeah.
Like, if you live in a small town in Texas, you're probably going to have to drive a ways to get to an airport that's going to give you affordable flights.
Yes.
I mean, you can technically fly out of the Lockhart Airport if you want to hire privately.
No.
But
pass on that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
You got to dust crops on your way to where you're going up.
I don't want to fly anywhere where I have to wear some kind of safety device on my person. like some prop plane. Like, here's your parachute, and just tuck and roll when you. No. But I love this idea. I think we're overdue. And if Texas could be the first state to like really get this right with how vast we are. Obviously, like, the East Coast has a wonderful transportation line.
Yeah. Oddly, Florida had just adopted a new high-speed rail line. It goes from, I'm probably wrong, but it goes from Orlando to Miami.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, and Secretary Pete Buttigieg is the transportation secretary, and he is leaning in really hard on American rail and being able to move people around the country. You are now free to move about the country.
I think 20% is a fair ask. I think we just need to sign on the dotted line. Let's do this.
It was all these curmudgeons that keep suing. So, like, the curmudgeons here that sued over the Project Connect and the light rail system. So the language in the bill is that high-speed rail operated by a private entity. Oh, it's ridiculous. Like, no, we're saying no as a state to business. Nope, we can't have that. No, we don't want a private entity running anything.
Stupid.
I don't think I know of a country that doesn't do it this way.
Yeah.
Maybe Australia, actually, because...
Like, you want it to be run efficiently.
Yeah, they weren't, like, different carriers of trains. It was just one that I remember. But, like, you go to England, and you can tell, like, there's certain lines that you don't want to get on because they're a little sketchier. Yeah. Like, they're a little dirtier but they're cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm here for whatever. Let's get it done.
Let's just get it done.
Like, moving between Houston and Austin and San Antonio and Fort Worth, we got to figure it out.
Agreed.
Cool. Good talk.
Thanks for coming to her TED Talk. Policy changes are coming out that might be able to impact Austin's nightlife. Full details at the Austin Monitor. But the entertainment industry leaders see a promise in Austin's recent land use and policy changes that could have an impact on the area's nightlife economy. They plan to push for further changes to streamline planning and approvals for these businesses. An online panel on Thursday, hosted by a bunch of folks that are knee-deep in this, including people from the Red River Cultural District, are really looking at issues on public planning policy. There's a whole paper that's been written on it. You can find the link at the Austin Monitor. But really, some of the biggest barriers have been there forever, and that's parking minimums. Right, so your building has a certain number of parking spots that are required based on the size of your building, and that's really a pain in the ass. I know I used to own a restaurant downtown, and we had to have 2 parking spots for our inline restaurant that had no parking at all, and a bus line that went in front of us. I'm like, well, that's parking kind of, because like there's a whole bus full of people that just got off.
Yeah.
And then being able to park for staff and drop off. I mean, how many times you go down 6th Street or Red River District and you see, the Budweiser truck and the bands unloading. And where do you park if you're staff?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this kind of goes to the example with, just speaking to the parking specifically, the movability example, the 70 cars, 70 cyclists, 70 passengers on transport.
Yes.
And like how it reduces. It's almost like the restrictions on businesses are not really leaning into what is better for the city and transportation.
And we've seen some of those restrictions get a little looser on housing with the home initiative that was passed not too long ago by council. And so this is nice that they're really looking at how policy can have a good impact to really help that thriving economy, which is, we're quote unquote the live music city. We definitely were this week with Ham Day.
Heck yeah.
But it used to be like that all the time. And so the hope is that we can get back to that. And if we can unlock some opportunities for folks on those cultural districts, that'd be great.
We got some ham hoppers yesterday.
Ham hoppers.
We got some ham hoppers. They were like, we were at another ham event, and then we came here. And I was like, I love that.
Yes. Wouldn't it be neat if they had public transit that was really vulnerable that could have taken them to all the ham events? That would have been fun.
Well,
One day.
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, they're everywhere. I mean, aren't they up in Round Rock, too? Like, it just depends on...
Yeah, I don't know.
They're in Lockhart.
I do.
Official stage in Lockhart.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you just can't hit them all.
No, they're good. There was like 300 artists playing
impossible.
this week.
I wonder if anyone ever tries. Like, ready,
I don't even think that
go.
Paul made it around tall. I mean, I know he made it around to a lot, but I don't know. At some point, he grew a mustache.
I saw that. When I saw him in the venue, I was like, is that real?
It's very, I'll be your Huckleberry kind of.
I like it.
Yeah, I do too. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, definitely a Doc Holliday look for sure.
Making Kyle, Texas cool, according to our friends at the ABJ. Kyle, of course, is the second fastest growing city of its size in the country and has been working publicly and privately to acquire entire city blocks of downtown to revamp what is a very dormant public process to gather input from residents of what they would like to see. The aim is to work with private developers and have the first couple of buildings occupied by the end of the decade. I mean, if you ever, the goal is like if you've been to other cities like San Marcos, Buda, Lockhart, like just have a better vision for like a real downtown and what that looks like kind of by chunks. So the importance of this really is about small businesses, creating a sense of place for residents and attracting tourism dollars, which Kyle seriously lacks. Take Georgetown, Lockhart Square, Round Rock Main Street. All are great examples of hub for events, destinations, wineries, barbecue, and several local restaurants, coffee shops. It's like, because if you've been to Kyle, there's like that one awkward stretch
Kyle
where
is
there's
weird.
like a pecan pie store.
Okay, well, it's also the pie capital of Texas.
There you go.
So it is delicious, and I recommend their meatloaf. But they have, what is in the middle of Kyle down? An old Kyle, because there's Kyle, and then there's
Right.
historic Kyle.
Yeah.
There's just that one little awkward stretch where that restaurant is.
What building is right there? Is that the library? Or where they do like the lights? You know, they do like the Christmas lights in the park.
Maybe.
And I would say that is like the square for them where they would have events. But there's like 2 Kyles.
It's weird. Kyle's weird.
It is weird because it just keeps extending towards Driftwood.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of that road down there by the Target.
Nothing.
Anyway, big HEB, obviously. So it starts with a gigantic HEB, doesn't it?
Well, the
Like,
HEBs are
if
smart.
you-
HEBs come after the houses are there. So the
Yeah.
housing's there. People have moved to Kyle, right? Because it's
But once
more
you have
affordable.
those big ass HEBs,
Right?
oh,
You're on. You're a
gonna
town.
get nail salon, like
Yeah.
laser tag.
Laser tag.
You're gonna
Laser
get-
tag inside
You
HEB.
are gonna get a sushi location. Like you
Yeah.
are on the map. You are now diversified.
Because there's not, like, they can't do the same things that a New Braunfels or a San Marcos or Lockhart or Georgetown or even Taylor. They can't, there's just not a place to have, like, I don't know, a festival of any kind that's going to have a draw. Because it doesn't have, there's a high bar in Texas that for a small town, that you better have a cute little downtown square.
Yes.
I mean, you have to. Look at San Marcos.
Even Llano.
Adorable.
Yeah.
Even Llano.
Yeah.
Even Bandera, even
Yeah.
to that extent. Like, you just got to have a little something cutesy wootsy.
What's the next town over from Llano? It starts with an E.
E.
I think it starts with an E. Maybe not.
We got Mason, Pontotoc.
What?
Maybe it is
Tau.
Mason that I'm thinking of. Like there's nothing there.
Buchanan Dam.
Brady. There's nothing there.
But like Buda, I think kind of struggles.
Valley Spring.
Because it's a street.
Yeah, same.
But they have a beautiful city park that was revamped for venue, like
Yeah.
pavilion, and they do the wiener dog races out there now. They don't do it at Bucks anymore.
And you see, like, Round Rock's downtown, since they revamped it years
Cute.
ago. Super cute.
Super cute, yes.
And I know the guys out in, is it Leander or Cedar Park, are redoing the old 183 before it became that 183A that I could never quite figure out to drive out there.
Yeah, I hate it.
So the old 183 line, they're trying to build kind of a space, a cultural district. So, but like those are great economic drivers to be able to have
Yeah.
a destination point that people know to go to.
I mean, it has to be, especially if it's walkable. And then people just keep spending money.
Right. Like Wimberley. I can circle that thing all day long.
Yeah.
Wimberley's cool.
Yeah.
Wimberley-
I like that it's like a square, but
Like a
also
little lasso.
different.
It's a lasso.
It's
Yeah.
like a square that a child drew.
Yeah, exactly.
But it is crazy busy out there on the weekends now. Like it's almost not safe to walk.
It was insanely busy. We went out there a couple weekends ago. Fortunately, I know like all the super top secret places to park because we used to have a house
Yeah.
down there. But yeah, there was people everywhere. I mean, I thought it was like some kind of market days. No, it was just a Saturday.
Yeah. I usually end up in the parking lot that's kind of.
Shh.
Oh.
We don't want to tell them out of
Do
town.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. And there's always spots
That's
there.
why we don't tell anybody.
Okay, got it. But I would say I think it would behoove Wimberley when they do these events like we do in Lockhart to figure out a way to direct traffic to large scale parking and block the damn streets because it's treacherous.
And you're not getting anywhere. Like, but you're right. They got to figure that out.
Yeah. Well, there's just the one officer in the crosswalk that's like,
Halfway paying attention.
yeah, like y'all figure this out. Like we look left and right before we cross the road.
But here's to Kyle making it cooler, I hope.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope it does get cooler.
You know, they do the largest gathering of Kyles in the
Yes.
country. That's a thing.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah, sounds horribly
I
boring.
How many
hate that.
Uh,
Budas do you think are out?
Just feel bad for anybody who's like brings their little kid to like the Kyle gathering, and he's like, everybody here's Kyle. Like my dad's not special.
So Dave and Kat from Peniston, she knew about this. Like she was like, she saw the sign that we were driving towards Kyle, and she was like, wait. Do you live near the Kyle, Texas, where all the Kyles come together? And I was like, yeah, it's like it's 2 towns over.
She heard about that in the UK?
Not just the UK, like where the sheep are. Like, it's nothing but dry stone walls, like way up north England. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, marketing works.
Heck yeah.
So did you know that our chamber has roughly 500 business members, everybody from Apple to small, as we call them, mom and pop shops. So let's welcome a few newbies Amy, what do you got?
Yeah, we got E3 Alliance. Welcome to the chamber. They, I love their little tagline: "Education equals economics." Mm-hmm. And they basically work to transform educational systems, everything from pre-K to post-secondary.
Yes, they have an enormous impact in this community, and been doing great work for so many years. I'm glad they're a member.
Yeah, awesome. And we also have 1 Ounce Opera, which is very cool.
Can you say it like an opera style?
Nope.
I thought you were just going to be like, oh.
I thought about it, and I'm like, I don't want to do that today. They basically perform opera in what would be considered like unexpected places.
What?
And
Okay.
so, kind of modernizing what is a historic art form that historically does not have any kind of racial or intersectional diversity.
Right.
So they try very hard to include people of color, LGBTQ plus, and women.
Sharonda Rhimes style of production.
Women composers. Like, what a concept. So, this is...
That's good.
It's cool.
Yeah, because it's a dying art in the sense of like younger people are not, they don't feel included.
Well, and people, yes, not included, and it is actually a dying art form.
Yeah.
People need to go support Austin Opera. They need to support 1 Ounce Opera, because once it's gone, it's gone.
You'll have to take a nap on your own.
I think there are like more traditional Irish sessions across Austin than,
Certainly.
opera concerts.
Well,
So-
I remember the old Opera House was down here on just off Congress and 7th. It's now a supper club
Yeah.
that I'm sure is filled with ghosts because it smells like death.
Wow.
And then
That sounds delightful.
like
Let's
appetizing.
go.
it's like a mix of death and feet.
That
It's just it's
is
not a pleasant smell.
like a charcuterie board. I hate the smell of a charcuterie board, but I do like the way it tastes.
And then it moved to off Riverside, or no, Barton Springs. The building never finished being built, and now years later, it's an office building.
Oh,
So you got to go out and support the arts.
I enjoy the opera. I mean, no surprise because I'm a big nerd, but yeah.
What else?
I think opera's fun.
If anyone wants to go to the opera with me, just, shoot me an email. I'll go.
Oh, okay, you've heard it here first.
Yeah.
Colton.
Hi.
Hi.
You just woke me up.
You are.
Good morning.
You are the
Good
man
morning.
about town. You have a full list of very cool chamber events that are coming soon. What do you got?
I do. You can register now for our luncheon next week. So hurry up and register. Those seats are filling up quickly, but we will be having a special Grow with Google workshop at UFCU Plaza. You will hear from Grow with Google Texas coach Vicky Sepulveda. Vicky will dive into various Google tools and SEO strategies that are essential for small businesses, startups, and entrepreneurs. And thank you, UFCU, for hosting us.
Yeah, we've been in that room.
Yeah, Amy and I learned a lot in that room. Met a lot of people.
We did improv in that room. Do you remember? You played.
Hated it.
You pretended to play the violin with a Dasani bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was this a happy hour that happened?
This was our orientation for Leadership Austin.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So we had to, as a group, interpret a painting. It was.
That sounds terrible.
I hated it, but whatever. It's
Yeah, I'm
it's
not
a
really
learning moment because you're supposed to
Icebreaker.
It's the yes and get out of your shell, have a lean in attitude,
See, I'd probably be like, they'd be like, what do you see in the photo?
meet every
Murder.
Wow, no.
And then nobody would talk to me. It'd be great.
I really loved the drunk that was in the painting.
Mm-hmm.
Nope,
okay.
nobody really
I don't
leaned
know.
into that.
No?
Sounds like a lot of laughs.
We have several upcoming rainbow ribbon cuttings. You can join us in welcoming our members. We have one coming up today, actually. Birdhouse Books and Gifts. This will also be their grand opening. So come hang out with us. We have another one on October 3rd for Agency Initiative. And then another one on October 10th with Steinbomber Studios.
Woohoo! We might have to order some more ribbon.
Yeah.
It's a great time to go to these ribbon cuttings. And like I said on previous pods, if you've missed events, these are so casual to just pop in and support these businesses and welcome them in style and get to know who they are. And I think it's going to be wonderful. So
yeah.
check your
Sometimes they
calendars.
have like snacks for you.
Snacks.
Sometimes they have drinks for you.
Well, and sometimes they have deals.
That too.
So like if you don't show up, you don't get a deal.
No, you don't.
So
Get the deal. Show up. Check out the calendar. What else you got?
We also have the Business of Pride Gala coming up.
the what?
Business of Pride. Oh, Queer Frontier. It's country. That gala is on December 7th. Early bird tables are on sale now.
Yeah, they are.
I feel like I can't read today. Something's wrong. But there is still time to purchase your tables and your award sponsorship.
The microphone is attacking Colton today. Like you've bonked your head and now
I hit my nose. I hit my head.
It's been a tough week.
we're
Yeah.
on the struggle bus.
But please go to businessofpride.com and buy a table.
Yeah, buy a table and look at our what's it called? Like a inspiration
Oh, yeah, a little mood board.
mood board.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, pick out your outfit.
I was talking to somebody this week that was at our Pride and Local Music Festival the other day. And she was like, I don't know what to wear. I'm like, there's a mood board on the website. She's like, oh my gosh. All right, I'm going there. She didn't even realize. I'm like,
I have
girl, scroll.
Yeah, I have nothing yet. I'm gonna be going as like Woody from Toy Story at this point. Like I'm just gonna order some costume from Spirit of Halloween.
Love it. Barbie.
What's the other
Cowgirl
one? Jessie.
Barbie.
I could go as Jessie at least.
Oh, she's cute.
I don't know. Yeah.
Bring your outfits, bring your A game. We're going to have great activations. Check out the website. We'll start releasing and spilling the tea of the really fun activations next week. You'll probably hear nominations have already closed for the award categories, so you'll hear in the next coming days who the nominees are.
I'm excited.
Ooh, yeah.
That's when it starts getting real.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. It's so fun. I love it. It's my favorite part.
Colton's awake. He's here.
Yeah, that woke me up. I think it was the microphone hitting me in the head.
Oh wow.
All right. Well, as always, thank you for joining us. If you want to learn more about becoming a chamber member, you can visit us at austinlgbtchamber.com. If you want to be a guest or a sponsor, you can email us at info@austinlgbtchamber.com. Please check out our show every Friday, wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to follow the show. Thanks, and we'll see you all next week.